Hello, Taurus. This is going to be your weekly tarot and oracle forecast. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. We're going to take a look at the energies for the upcoming week, break it down, and let you know how to navigate. So as I said last week, this video is for all Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If you'd like to check out your other placements, please check out my other videos. So we're going to take some overall themes and messages for this coming week. Let's take a look at what you need to know. And two cards came out: playfulness and purification. You know, it's interesting. It almost reminds me of like playing in the rain or dancing in the rain or just sort of this feeling of cleansing. So whatever it is right now, it's almost like you've got to get out of the seriousness and put yourself in a position where you're having more fun and where you can shake off the negative vibes around you or old thinking. It's almost like something just needs to go, if that makes sense. Now, let's see what else you need to know. Cycles. You're definitely closing out a cycle. I should also mention that we have a new moon in Pisces this week, and that's very significant because it means we're on the road to the eclipse. And that is happening mid-March, full moon in Virgo. Very interesting energy. Expect the unexpected. Some things will be shaken up, and I anticipate some things being revealed. Now, let's see what else you need to know, Taurus. Set boundaries. That's so hard for Taurus because you like to please people. You know, you almost grew up quickly having to do things for others and putting yourself last. This is a gentle reminder that you are number one and you've got to put yourself first. It says on this card, claim your power and know your value today. Common theme actually coming through in these readings is knowing your worth, knowing your value. You are worthy of the best, but of course you have to believe it. Now let's take a look at the tarot and see what you need to know for this week. You have here the moon. Okay, so the moon is going to be significant. Not just the new moon in Pisces. I'm telling you, it's that road leading to the full moon in Virgo. Moon is about intuition. New moons in particular for this week anyways. I want you to think about what are your intentions? Where do you want to go? Don't worry about the how. That's not important, but you have to kind of think about what are your intentions and setting things in motion. Now, you might feel quite tired this week just because of the fact that it takes a lot of effort to manifest something new. You might feel worn down. You might feel the need to take a break, a nap, even hermit yourself a little bit. And that's okay short term. Just you can't do that forever. There is something though that's coming up here for you on social media, and this is a card of feeling connected and networking. Be careful if you're feeling the urge to reach out to someone. There's a bit of that energy lingering from the full moon and Leo vibes where we were feeling really emotional and almost afraid of new energy coming in, so that we ended up creeping backwards a little bit and clinging to a comfort zone. So if you're feeling the urge to reach out to someone or to chase, just be careful with that because it can really induce another cycle of things that you don't want. And there's the cycles card. So if you don't want to go back to old ways, you know, don't reach out. Now, this could also indicate that somebody wants to reach out to you, and that could very well be a test. So just make sure that you're using discernment, you're leaning back, you're seeing whether or not things have actually changed. Don't just automatically lean in, okay? Now, the potential or the challenge here is the strength, having the strength and the courage to push yourself forward and to pass these tests. I mean, look, tests are all about learning experiences. They're not mistakes if you don't pass them. It's just that you have knowledge that you didn't have before and you need to implement it moving forward. Now, with that, we have here the ship. See, what did I say? Moving forward. That's what it says, movement, right? So we want to go in a direction that's good for us, not in a direction that's going to hurt us or pull us backwards. So let's take a look at what you need to focus on this week. And we have the Magician, and the Magician is all about communication. So Taurus, you're ruled by the throat chakra, which means communication is key. It's always important for you. It's hard because Taurus doesn't always communicate their feelings very easily. They hold a lot of things in. So this is also about manifestation and being clear about what you want. I feel like I'm repeating in most of these readings today. What do you want? What do you want? Like the Notebook, you know, you have to clearly decide so that it can come to you. Here's the thing. If you don't communicate your feelings and you hold everything in, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get a tower moment. And I'm sure that you're not sitting here saying, yeah, tower moments, please give me that tower moment. But be mindful, because if you're holding yourself back, what you resist persists. It'll come at you harder than you ever imagined. And we don't want that, right? So let's take a look at the recent past. And we have here the Empress birthing a whole new cycle, very much Venus energy. I mean, the Empress is Taurus and Libra, and therefore this is telling you to do what you're passionate about, be creative, believe in yourself. Again, self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. And with that, we have the compass. You know, again, you're trying to figure out where you're going. You don't necessarily have to know every detail, but you've got to go in a direction and see where it takes you. I always use the example of a Roomba vacuum. A Roomba vacuum spins around the room, it hits the wall, and it just simply redirects itself. If you hit a wall or there's a detour that's necessary, no harm, no foul. Just keep on keeping on. It will lead you eventually to where you need to be. So let's look at what is the strength position. Nine of Pentacles, feeling good in your own skin, pre-Empress energy. We're getting very strong messages here about self-worth, self-value, and self-respect. You know, one thing about Taurus that I can tell you, and I say this very respectfully, is that they don't always know their value. You know, if you're not direct with a Taurus, you know, the information kind of goes over their head. And I'm not saying that Taurus isn't intelligent. They're very intelligent people, but they almost don't pick up on the cues of how attractive they are, how smart, how beautiful a person they are as a whole. You know, when someone compliments them, it's got to be direct, because if it's not, it kind of goes unnoticed, because for whatever reason, they don't always see themselves in that light. So I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to know that you're handsome, you're beautiful, you're funny, you're amazing. These are all things that sometimes we just don't hear, or we choose not to hear because we don't believe it, or we don't, I don't know, we're just not used to it, if that makes sense. Oh, this card popped over. Death and rebirth, total transformation and change. Interesting that the Scorpio card would come out, because in the Scorpio reading, I mentioned Taurus energy. So I don't know if that resonates with you, or if you have Scorpio placements, or you're dealing with a Scorpio, but essentially you're going through a death and rebirth of who you are. You know, you're you at your core, but there's a shift, there's knowledge, there's a change coming, you know, and it's beautiful. Not going to be easy, but it's going to be so worthwhile. Now, the near future is the King of Cups, being in tune with your emotions. This is about feeling more heart-centered, and I like that energy for you. Let's take a look at what we need to know about it. Two cards. Well, challenging the status quo for a brand new beginning. If you want different, you've got to do different. You want new energy, you've got to bring in new energy. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? So let's take a look at the suggested approach here. And we have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is the inability to make a decision sometimes, because you've got seven cups. You could choose any one of them. You're going to be okay. But there's this fear of like, well, what if I choose the wrong cup? You know, it's always the debate of what next if this. You can't brace yourself for worst case scenario. You just got to see where it takes you. Again, the Roomba vacuum, right? Be a Roomba. So this can also indicate very vivid dreams. You might be getting messages in your dreams, but again, I want them to be nudging you forward, not pulling you backwards. So the Seven of Cups, oh, there's the Taurus card. Lesson of my life. Trust the process. Trust the process. That's all you can do. You've got to make the decision and see where it takes you. Now let's take a look at what you need to know. The Five of Cups. Are you feeling sad, disappointed? Is there grief? I mean, remember, your new life is going to cost you your old life. And I think that's the scariest part. It means losing a piece of us, but you're gaining so much more. And there's the Child card, brand new beginnings. Again, the universe is, like I said, what I said. And your hope and or fear in all of this, the Four of Cups, overanalyzing to the point of missing out on an opportunity. You know, be careful that you're not in your head. I know that Taurus can overthink. I mean, all signs overthink. It's just they do it differently. Be careful you're not getting in your own way, because you're divinely guided. There you go. There's the light that's showing you the way towards your destiny. And let's take a look at the probable outcome for this week. And we have the Five of Swords. You've got to put the swords down. No more battles. Get out of your head. No more headaches. And you know what? I'm going to just take another card because I'm curious. Four of Pentacles. Again, don't hold yourself back. There's a strong energy that's saying that you want this new energy, but you're fighting it. Even though you know it could be beautiful. This is telling you to be calm, cool, collected, confident that everything's going to work out. You're going through a transformation and change. It's not easy. I can't promise you that it's going to be easy, but you're worth it and it's worthwhile. So let's take a Power of Surrender card here just to see what you need to surrender or surrender to. And we have, oh, that card almost jumped out. Surrender your desire to control people. Okay, Taurus. Being over controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Interesting. I really hope that this resonates with you. If you'd like to do a personal reading with me, the link is in the description box below. Thank you very much, and I wish you an amazing week.